Yo, welcome to Spectator Sporting. I'm Zach Roach along with my partner, Mr. Adi Wiley. You know we talking about boxing, big time boxing match. David Benavidez versus Demetrius Andrade. We're doing a review, and to help us out with this review, we brought my man T.I.M.E back in the building. We brought my man Burn back in the building. Let's talk about this fight. Benavidez coming in as the favorite. Andrade, few people thought Andrade, if I'm saying it wrong, forgive me, had a shot. But as we found out early, no, he did not. He did not have a shot. So Byron, talk to me about this fight. What's your takeaway from this fight?
I thought Boo Boo made a boo boo coming up to 168. I actually thought that he fought a pretty good fight. The first and second round, the boxing was there. He was definitely the better boxer, but I think the story of his power and how it translated to the 168 division got answered very, very early in this fight, the first round to be exact. He threw a very crisp three-punch combination to the midsection of David Benavidez, who commenced to continue to walk toward him and land a body shot of his own. I saw very early that he just did not have enough power to get off of him. And like I previously stated, David Benavidez fighting Caleb Plant before this fight all but guaranteed that he was going to win this fight by knockout, because he was in there with an elite boxer and promised at the end of that fight, because he wasn't happy with how he looked, to get better at cutting off the ring, to get better at being quicker with his hands on the inside when he fights these slick type boxers. And I swear, man, this dude, exactly to a T. Yeah. The jab was there. The inside dirty boxing there. And he just was the bigger, stronger fighter and did exactly what he should have done, which is knock out the guy that was a little smaller than him. But shout out to Andrade. I am not going to say that this dude laid an egg. I thought that his combination, his angles, he is an elite boxer. But again, sometimes you kind of take too much that you can chew, and this is a fight where he just never had been in with this type of talent, and he got stopped.
Yeah, I feel it seemed like at the beginning he had a good game plan. Definitely. He did have a plan, so I give him credit for that.
Yeah, all plans are good until you get hit.
There you go. David Benavidez went to 29-0. I would think that was his 24th knockout. Andrade go to 32-1. T.I.M E, what's your takeaway from this fight? What was your impression of this fight? Because you had Andrade.
I did. And for 3.5 rounds, I felt really good. I did.
You're right.
My thing was the first, like Byron said, the first 3 rounds to me, I think that's the type of formula that he needed to display consistently, and of course longer than that, in order to have a chance at this fight. I'm not saying him doing that was going to win him the fight at all. I'm saying to have a shot, that was the type of boxing, because in my opinion, I saw Benavidez a little bit frustrated them first couple rounds. Just the look on his, like the reaction. Like we were saying pre-fight show. He ducked under a couple times. He spent the round a couple times. Remember, I got hyped during the fight. Like, I told you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I don't think he was frustrated though. I think he was. If you look at that Caleb Plant fight, he was frustrated. So I think he kind of was.
This is what I'm saying. Maybe he wasn't frustrated, but I think I saw on Benavidez's face, like, okay, like he's gonna stick around for a little bit. Like, I think that's the type of emotion that I saw. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I'm gonna lose this fight or anything, but so for 3 rounds, I felt like he could have kept doing that. The 4th round, when he got in trouble, he went in. We was watching the fight. We was watching the fight. Yeah. He went in, and instead of coming out after he engaged, and I said he had to keep going in and out. You know what I'm saying? And resetting. For 3.5 rounds, he did that, and it looked like it was gonna be a competitive fight.
Yeah.
For some reason, he stayed in there after a while. And when he did, Benavidez capitalized and blocked him. They was like, "Oh, big right hand," and then he backed up. It was over right there.
Yep.
That big right hand, it was a clear, clean, or it was a clean like shot, Benavidez shot. You know what I'm saying? But that was, to me, that was the problem. I do disagree with you. I don't think it was the power that was gonna keep him from losing the fight. I think the power, of course, the power dynamic is different between two fighters. What I'm saying is, if he was gonna lose the fight, it was just gonna be because Benavidez was better if he boxed like that consistently. If he boxed like that consistently, he could have won. He could have pulled off the
But he was still getting hit.
The upset. Yeah, he was.
And he was getting hit going out.
But he was making it harder for himself to get hit.
But what I'm saying is, I think he was getting hit going out, and that's why he set in. Because again, we talked about this. It's something that Benavidez doesn't do, which he should do every fight, and that is establish his jab. And if you looked at how he established his jab,
he works good behind the jab.
He was catching him going out, and I think he was kind of contented him coming in, getting off his shots, because he was going straight to that high guard and sitting in his shell. Like, come up, inviting him in.
Yep.
But the thing is, and I think that's what surprised Andrade was on his escape, he was catching that jab. He was getting hit with that jab. He knocked the sweat off him a couple times in the first round. So he established that, listen, like you could jump out, but I can still catch you.
You're right.
And so I think Andrade was definitely the better boxer because
you're right.
If you look at the angle, I thought his footwork in those 3 rounds was absolutely outstanding. That's why I refuse for the people that are dumping on Andrade right now.
No, sir.
Like you clearly don't know.
He knew what he was doing.
I thought he was very meticulous in his game plan. But when you are fighting a fighter like Benavidez, who continuously comes forward, you have to have something to keep him off of you. Yeah. And I don't think he had that. I think Benavidez knew in the first round that he didn't have it. And it was all about setting up his shot. Because after that first round, you saw him start hellacious assault to the body. Like basically, I just want to keep you in front of me. And
I'll give you that. But to me, I felt like I saw Andrade was overconfident. He felt like the shots he was landing was doing so much damage. Okay, now I can sit in your territory and play on your playing field. Yeah. That's what it looked like to me. Not saying that that's the case, but what you saying about Benavidez is exactly right. That's what happened. Yeah. But I think Andrade got away from the play, and it happened one time. He stayed in there too long and got that right uppercut kind of hook, and it was over with right after that.
The kid is strong. Benavidez,
you know what I'm saying? So, man.
And that was a monster power shot by Benavidez. Man, you watch that. I mean, he forgot it. I mean, when he fell, it took him a minute to register.
He gets torque from those.
In the ring?
Yeah, so that was. I'm actually surprised he got up from that. Yeah. That should have been a knockout blow. Adi, what was your thought? What's your takeaway from this fight over this past weekend?
Well, you know what? Demetrius Andrade has never possessed the punching power to be a knockout artist with his 59% knockout rate. Okay, so he was moving around the entire ring, keeping his distance, throwing that jab and the combinations. But those punches, you know, it was like bouncing off. They kept bouncing off Benavidez like bullets bouncing off the Terminator or something. He just kept walking. He just kept coming forward. It wasn't really affecting him. And so, like Caleb Plant, Demetrius Andrade tried to implement that clinching strategy to, you know, minimize those power punches. He tried to do the clinching strategy, but the referee, Thomas Taylor, he let them fight through the clinch. And he was very slow to break up the clinch.
Right into Benavidez's favor.
And tell him to work through it. He was like, work through it.
Made him work through it. Andrade actually caught a couple of uppercuts while clinching. And so that clinching plan went out the window quick. Now, the Caleb Plant versus Benavidez fight, the referee Kenny Bayless, he was quick to break up the clinches. He was letting Caleb Plant get away with too much clinching, excessive clinching.
For it.
Okay, should have took some points for clinching, and that's why Caleb Plant avoided the knockout. That's one of the key reasons why he avoided the knockout against Benavidez. So that's why I can't really compare. Say, oh, you got knocked out by Benavidez, but I didn't know. You was clinching, you was holding, and the ref was letting you hold. Okay, so and that clinching, that was not a part of the game plan. Okay?
But Caleb got beat up in that later stage of that fight. Listen, Caleb Plant, I am respecting him more after that fight. Because he got touched. Like when he ran out of gas, 10, 11, 12, Like, it was some rounds where I'm like, how is this dude still on?
How you still standing?
Yeah, he took some. He took some. Caleb Plant, after that fifth round, after the first 5 rounds.
Even the fight with Canelo, same thing. Like, geez Louise.
He took some shots.
Like, geez Louise. And like, at one point, Canelo was like literally like trying to take his head off.
But luckily, Kenny Bayless let him clinch a little excessive, and so he was able to survive.
That's great.
And so Demetrius Andrade, for the first 11 minutes and 57 seconds, he fought an excellent fight. Okay. And then at the end of the 4th round, the man Andrade hit. He threw a 4-punch combination at Benavidez, and then Benavidez countered with a right hook that missed because Andrade ducked, and he got back up, and instead of getting the hell out the way and moving around, he stood there doing a couple of ineffective southpaw jabs, and this time, that right hook did not miss, and the fight was over.
It was over.
He should have kept, like T.I.M.E said it perfectly. He didn't stick to the game plan. You was in it. You engaged with him with a little combo. He could get out the way and just keep doing it. Keep getting out there. But he stood there, and that's why he lost.
Because remember, during the fight, I kept saying, "Get out of there! Get out of there!" I saw it coming because Benavidez was timing him like Benavidez, and I think should get a lot more credit for his boxing IQ. You know what I'm saying? His his smarts in the ring, his ability to be able to do what he wants at certain moments. I don't think that get recognized enough. Mexican Monster, you to do because
you see progression. You see the progression from the Caleb.
He was timing him come in and out.
Yeah, from the Plant fight to this fight, you see the progression. You see that he's better at cutting off the ring. You see that really defensively he's better.
He's learning from fighters he's fighting.
This dude is scary, man. He's a very, very
good fighter.
And he's 26 years old.
Oh boy.
Jesus.
Well, I'm gonna give Demetrius Andrade some credit. He stood. He put it down. And like Byron, you brought it up. You said it perfectly. He got skill. That is a very skilled boxer. It's just. He made a mistake and he could not recover in this fight again. And Benavidez, once he gets you, it's cursed. So let's talk about where does Benavidez go from here. So we got to me now. Maybe y'all can school me a little bit more on this.
Here we go.
It's only one fight that I can see that has to happen.
Come on in, Stan. Come on in.
Listen, this is the prime opportunity. He coming off a big time victory.
Here we go.
You're gonna make probably the most money. Like Canelo has fought how many fights? He's fought about 64, 65. There's only so many more fights he got left, and there's only so many more big purses he's gonna get.
You're not gonna like my answer.
Yeah, so I'm just curious. Is it Canelo? Maybe you think it's somebody else. I don't know, but T.I.M E, what is next for David Benavidez?
Well, Benavidez is on the same path. He's going to say the same words.
Yeah.
It's about Canelo Alvarez. Hello, Carrot Top fans. It's about Canelo Alvarez. What do you want your legacy to be about? You fought for the money. Ain't no money fight for you right now. Actually, this is probably the biggest money fight for you right now. I'm speaking just to Canelo. And I just want to say, me and Zach was having a conversation off camera. I want to say something to bring this into the realm on camera. If I'm Canelo, this is my thought process. I only have a couple more fights left. I'm not going to wait till 2025 to fight Benavidez like he's probably going to try to do. I'm not going to wait till 2025. I'm going to fight him now, because if I can beat him now, first off, me taking the fight when nobody thinks I'm going to take it already adds to the mystique. Yep. That's number one. Number two, if I beat this man, everything I do from this point is just me playing around. Yeah. Because this is a retirement walk-off. This is a walk-off home run for me. If I'm Canelo Alvarez, if I'm just saying, if I'm Canelo Alvarez, if I, T.I.M E, is Canelo Alvarez, that's how I'm thinking.
So you thinking Canelo's, he got to take this fight. So
I'm thinking he should take it. Does he have to? No. He's going to wait till 2025 or early 26 to fight Benavidez.
Is there anybody out there other than Canelo that maybe Benavidez can, or that makes sense?
There's probably some good fights out there, but it's like nobody wants to see that. I mean, Andrade was, because
we don't know the numbers yet, though. We don't know the numbers.
Right. But I'm just talking about as a pure boxing fan. Benavidez is taking out top tier talent.
Yeah.
You can't replace that with someone that's a bump lower.
Yeah.
You only gotta go up now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We've
Right,
seen him
right.
take out top tier talent. We talk about Caleb Plant, the slickest boxer in the division.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who's definitely a tough out, period. And then Andrade, the dude who moved up from 154 to 160 to 168, and he really looked the part. Like, he took these dudes out, dismantled.
Yeah.
You can't go to, Kevin Duckworth, number
Kevin Duckworth.
Shout out to the Blazers. You can't go to Kevin Duckworth Jr. and the number 7 boxer in the IBF. You can't do that. So, I think it's all on Canelo. It's all on. But Benavidez is gonna fight. He's gonna be ready to fight whoever whenever they tell him this is your opponent. But we already know what he wants.
Yeah.
So this question ain't about him.
Right. It's about Canelo.
He been screaming this 2 years ago when he heard they were gonna make him the mandatory because he thought that was gonna force Canelo to fight him.
Yeah.
And now that he knows the business a little bit more.
Yeah, I think the time. I think the time is now. Is the money's there? Everything is there. Like you say, the challenge, everything, the legacy, it's all there.
It's the biggest legacy fight.
Brian, it seems like you got something different from me.
Hey.
But what?
I want to go after Adi.
All right, we'll let you go after Adi. Okay, go ahead, Adi. Okay, all right, go ahead. Let's go, Adi.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo weekend.
Yeah.
That is supposed to be the next fight for Canelo Alvarez. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if Canelo continues to be a circumventer, and choose to fight Jaime Munguia, who just barely beat a 37-year-old, 14-4 Derevinchenko from Ukraine in his last fight, or the other Charlo, the hitman Charlo, who just looked good in his unanimous decision victory over the other Benavidez, Jose Benavidez Jr. Now, if he chooses to fight one of those dudes on Cinco de Mayo weekend, David Benavidez needs to just wait until Mexican Independence Day weekend for his next fight against Canelo Alvarez, which is late September. Wait until that date and see if Canelo will fight you. And don't fight the new boogeyman of the division yet, David Morrell. Okay? Don't fight him.
There's always a boogeyman coming up.
This guy, David Morrell is very overlooked. He's very overlooked because he only has 9 professional fights. But he's from Cuba, and in Cuba, professional boxing was banned for 60 years, okay? So he fled Cuba to come to America to pursue his professional boxing career. And this guy he's very dangerous. He had a 135-2 amateur record, very impressive. The guy is a knockout artist. He's a southpaw. He has an 88% knockout rate, and he has a WBA belt. But David Benavidez, he talked about David Morrell. He said he wants to fight him, but I hope he doesn't fight him yet. I want him to let the young guy get some more fights under his belt in America, and I want David Benavidez to go to Cinco de Mayo, go to Canelo's fight, talk shit, heckle him, and then persuade him to fight you on Mexican Independence Day.
Yeah, okay.
You surprised me with that. I'm not gonna lie. I thought you surprised me. You brought it back to September.
That's why I want to go after Adi.
I'm like, oh boy.
Let's go after Adi.
No, that definitely makes sense. Benavidez, one thing, Byron, you always bring it up. Benavidez is not ducking anyone.
No, he's not afraid.
So if you want to, I give him props just for that alone. With like he the champion.
Anyone mentioned that 168, he won't smoke.
He want all the smoke.
You say their name, he put on the list.
I got it. There's no question. He taking on all challenges. All right, Byron.
Come on, Stan.
Let us have it. What's going on? What's next for Benavidez?
Canelo is number 2ing in his respective boxing shorts. He does not want to fight Benavidez. I don't care what anybody is saying.
He don't.
He doesn't want to fight this man because he sees that he had a better chance at winning this fight 3 years ago than he does now. And I don't care what any of you stands, the records that you bring up, the opponents tell the story. Canelo's last 5 opponents, Benavidez's last 5 opponents. It ain't even close. If this fight is made,
It's different caliber.
Canelo signs his ticket because he's gonna go out on his shield in that fight.
Yep.
It'll be a hellacious war, and his chin will be tested, and he will lose. And the reason why he will lose is because he is now aged. He is long in the tooth. He has not sharpened his undisputed status, which ain't even an undisputed status, because when is the last time has he fought anyone at 168? Benavidez will go after Morrell. And the reason why I say it happens is just like what Adi alluded to. Canelo already has an opponent. He already has an opponent, and if we are to believe, the bigger Charlo, he has stated that he too has a contractual agreement to fight Canelo.
Yep.
So there you have it, Mr. PBC guys. Those are his 3 fights. One Charlo, a bum, and then finish it out with another Charlo. Now, does he end his career there? Financially, he could.
Yeah.
But why would you risk tarnishing the only thing you have? Because that record is all he has. If he loses it, do you want a trilogy with a 26-year-old,
hell no,
bigger power puncher who will guarantee you a 12-round hellacious fight this late in your career with the injuries that you've had? Absolutely not. He don't want no smoke. He will vacate those belts. He will fight these circus fights, and that's what it is. Now, if he doesn't, get in the comment section at me, and I'll pat you on the back, give you a compliment. But I'm telling you,
that's disappointing.
I'm telling you,
that's disappointing.
Why would he challenge himself?
Because there's a chance, though. Hold on, now I'm gonna challenge you. There is a chance that the Canelo, like I said, Canelo. I know you watching. Stop playing with me.
He ain't watching. He's playing golf. He's playing golf.
Spectator Sporting. Canelo, hit the like button and subscribe. Canelo, there is a chance that Canelo can say exactly what I'm saying though, because I don't think too much. I don't think that Canelo's completely gone.
Why does he think he can beat Benavidez?
I don't know.
Because he's Canelo.
He's Canelo.
He should know. He thinks he can beat Benavidez because you saw how Benavidez just walking through Andrade punches, just walking through Caleb Plant punches.
Yeah.
He can't do that with Canelo.
Canelo, like, he can't do that with my punches.
He's way more powerful than them dudes.
But you fought a guy.
And he got a stronger chin.
But you fought a guy.
Yes.
You fought a bigger guy.
And he got better defense.
You fought a bigger guy.
He did get whooped out.
You fought a bigger guy.
He ain't lying.
Yeah,
he ain't lying.
You fought a bigger guy.
He did.
And you got no.
He got his ass.
Bivol walk through your punches. Your punches, and I'm sitting here telling you.
He got a point there.
I do not believe.
Yeah.
I do not believe that this Canelo.
That's at 175.
Right.
I do not believe that this Canelo.
I don't know.
At 168.
He in there.
At 168. Can keep Benavidez off him for 12 rounds.
If his mama call him Clay, I'ma call him Clay.
He can't.
He in there. That Canelo.
And again, it goes to the opponents.
Right.
Whoever sat down with Benavidez told him, listen, this dude is gonna run from you. Sharpen yourself with the opponents. You can't take no fights off. Yeah. You can't fight the easy fights. Yeah. You gotta be pushed in every fight. This kid has pushed himself to this point where you don't have anywhere to run. And he just fought Charlo 2 divisions back from him and gave it to us on pay-per-view and announced it as the undisputed versus the undisputed. Don't tell me this man can't run from him. He still can.
Oh yeah.
And per the reports, he's already in process of doing it. Because Charlo swears to God he has a contractual agreement to fight Canelo. He said it right after his brother's fight was announced.
Yeah, when it was announced.
I have a fight with him. I'm going to fight him. He's the first person that he mentioned in his post-press conference. I'm gonna fight him. He didn't say anything about Caleb.
When they asked him, they interviewed him. I guess they called him when he was going through.
Exactly.
I don't know if it's mental issues. I don't know what was going on. Whatever. God bless to that brother. But yeah, they asked him, and he said, "I already have a fight signed with
and this is a guy who likes layoffs. So we can fathom that he doesn't want to fight until next September.
Canelo,
and that's his third fight on the PBC. And I'm telling you, Benavidez. If you go by what he's done in his career, he's not gonna have a layoff. He's not gonna have a layoff.
No.
He's gonna go right
He'll
back
fight
into
us.
the camp.
He'll fight all four
He's
of
gonna
us.
go right back into the camp.
Right
and
now.
it's the next man up because right now he is solidified. He's the best fighter at 168. So it's either make the fight, get out of my way.
Yeah.
I'm the best fighter at 168. At this, his belts are just for show. Yeah. Because when is the last time he fought at 168?
So you don't think
you heard it here first? He's scared. He don't want no smoke with.
You don't think Canelo is thinking about the financial aspect? You don't think he's gonna hold on? Because I think if we saying that the killer Canelo is not there anymore, there's one Canelo that's still there.
He ain't even a
The financial Canelo, he's still there. So if he's looking at the financial landscape of who he can fight, you don't think Benavidez is gonna make sense at some point?
He fights for his own promotion.
I know.
Anybody he fights, he's a millionaire.
I know.
You might see me fight Canelo in this third fight in PBC, and I'm telling you, bet Canelo.
Versus all four of us at once.
Canelo. The thing is, this is the Mayweather effect. Why do you hate Mayweather, Byron? Because he taught these guys how to do this.
Yeah.
Make yourself the villain, pick your opponent, and you're gonna. And I'm telling you, if you look at the lead up for this next fight, you're gonna think he's fighting God himself.
Oh, definitely.
But only the boxing purists will see it like
couldn't even come back.
This is a bone. It's the truth.
I know.
It's the absolute truth.
It is the truth.
It's the absolute truth. Do I want to see Benavidez versus Canelo? Absolutely. You know why it stands? It's the same reason why I called for Crawford Spence for 4 years. Because I know my guy is gonna smoke your guy. And so does his camp. Canelo don't want no smoke. Canelo just saw Spence throw his stock in the river. He just saw that. You think he's gonna make that same mistake? I don't think so. I think Canelo is a smart guy. I think he has three.
Good point.
He has 3 cakewalk fights. 1 is already out the way. 2 more to go in 24, and then he calls it a career. And he's still a Hall of Famer.
Well, hopefully Canelo sees this as an opportunity and maybe his competitiveness comes out and say, you know what, I'm sick of people. I'm finna fight this guy and I'm finna show you I can whoop his ass. So maybe he go to that moment. Maybe we get that Canelo, but I'm leaning towards more with the crew is basically saying, don't look for it. Don't look up. Don't get excited about it.
We don't believe you.
We don't believe you, Canelo.
Real quick, what's next, Adi? What's next for Andrade?
Well, Andrade, I feel like the Iron Man Charlo, Caleb Plant, the Hitman Charlo, those guys don't have the punching power like David Benavidez. My man Andrade, he can win multiple rounds with the best. He showed that, and he can beat. That'll be a great matchup with one of those guys.
I think so.
Canelo, does he think he can beat him nowadays? Since he saw him get knocked out, he said he'd never fight him, so I'm not even gonna think about that. But yeah, one of those 3 guys, one of the Charlos, Caleb Plant, that'll be a great fight.
You agree with that, T.I.M.E?
I do. I think Caleb Plant. That's what I think Caleb Plant and Andrade will be a very exciting fight. Similar styles. Caleb is way slicker as far as that style. Way better boxer, I believe. But I think Andrade got more power, a little more awkwardness. I think it'd be an interesting fight.
Yeah, I just want to say I called it first. I did say that Andrade versus Caleb Plant will be a very, very interesting fight.
You did.
That's a fight that's going to be made. I think Charlo is not all there. I mean, this guy missed weight. I don't even want to talk about this guy. This guy missed weight. He fights at 160. He makes a catch weight fight against a smaller guy, and then he comes in overweight. So I don't think that we see Charlo in the first semester of next year.
Right.
Which is why I believe Andrade, Caleb Plant should be in the works.
All right, well, perfect. Well, shout out to Benavidez, shout out to Andrade too. It was an entertaining fight. It was an entertaining fight.
And the skills there, like please don't think we knock Andrade. Andrade is skilled, like
he made one mistake.
You stayed there too long.
But when you jump up weights, you can't make mistakes.
Yeah, there you go.
Not those type.
There you go. You've been watching Spectator Sporting. I'm Zach Roach, along with my partner, Mr. Adi Wally. Shout out T.I.M.E. Shout out Byron, schooling us. We out. Peace.
Yo, folks like boom, 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 duck, came back up.
Boom. Yo. And remember I kept yelling. I was like, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there, get out. The chick was looking at me. I'm like, he's staying in there too long.